can't even describe it, but I cherish it every second that I can. Every second of every day. We just had our prayer, our DB prayer we do every Wednesday. Outside, he was next to me, and I just grabbed his hand a little bit harder, just because you never know when like the last day could be that you getting to experience something like this. So I'm cherishing it every moment I can.
And this is why you draft a kid. Harris nowhere near the sticks. Milano drives him back with others. Hamlin as well.
Wilson, he is sacked at the 10.
So to me, this is a really good play by Zach Wilson. It's not there. He doesn't force it, doesn't turn it over. Take the sack there, you're already in.
Praise him till I'm gone. I'm gone. Praise him till I'm gone. When the praises go up,
the blessings come down. When the praises go up, the blessings come down.
We're back. Welcome back, everybody. It's been 2 weeks off. Happy New Year, Laces Out podcast. I just want to give a big shout out to my people. I got Jim with me. I got Reg with me. You know them as God Fantasy and Mike Whiteson's Punch Out. I'm Super Camario. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Happy New Year.
Fellas, Happy New Year. What y'all sipping on? I got a little bit of I got Tito's and soda water.
Got the Four Roses small batch.
I got, reliable Bacardi, rum and coke, baby.
Rum and coke. Keep it old school. Cheers,
No,
$20.
No Barber.
No, not today. Not today. I had too much a couple of days ago, so you know.
All right.
Before we start, yo, Lau.
Yes. My man Jim is showing me because
that's an insider. That's an insider.
Let's
you
go.
Gotta know to know. If you know, you know.
Basically, if you know, you know. If you don't know, then it is what it is. All right, let's
the chant at the games is Colombia to Papa.
Jaimez. All right, let's get to it. First thing we're gonna talk about, talk about the Hamlin injury. You see, Reg got it as his background. Super scary to watch live. Prayers is up for him and his family. He's doing much better, so that's always good to hear. So let's talk about that a little bit. How'd you guys feel? Did you guys watch it live?
Jim, you go and I'll go.
Yeah, I was definitely watching it live. I saw in the different group chats that we have and like just on Twitter and stuff, like a lot of people were thinking like concussion or whatever, but like I saw it immediately. Like he got up, he walked around and then he fainted. So like I actually thought it was a stroke. I didn't think it was a heart attack, cardiac arrest. I thought it was like some kind of stroke, but like that's probably like one of the scariest things I've ever seen in a sporting event.
Mm-hmm.
For me, so I'm out the playoffs, so I'm not really watching football like that. So I was watching SVU catching up, and I see my group chats are going crazy. They was like, yo, did you see it? Did you see it? And for me, young people could relate to this. I ran to Twitter. I saw the video. I've been watching football since I was 12. I'm a 44-year-old man. I've never seen a human being. He died basically on the field, and I've never seen it in my life. It looked like he got shot because he got up. And what's crazy to me, it was a routine play. Like it wasn't some crazy collision. Like it was. I'm not saying it was light, but it wasn't like a truck stick hit. That's what got me.
So
that's a big word right there.
For a little tiny bit of context,
that's a $10 word. That's a $10 word.
My man Lyle right here is wearing the Rangers stuff, so I'm just gonna bring up like a little bit of a hockey reference right now. So like about 12 to 15 years ago, I forget exactly when it was. There was this guy, Chris Pronger. He got hit in the chest with a slap shot. And same exact thing happened to him. Like he got up for a second, then he just like passed out. And I forget what the condition's called, but like when you get a blunt force to your chest, it gives you like it could possibly give you a cardiac arrest. So the same thing happened to him. This guy was in the hospital. He wound up still playing like another 12 years in the career. So like hopes for Hamlin are a little high. Mm-hmm. The only worrisome part is that like they were resuscitating him for like 9 minutes from what they said on TV. So like you worry about that a little bit, but like just in a case where something similar has happened before to another player, like he was actually able to have a productive career in a physical sport afterwards.
Right. So yeah, I mean, it's a very sad thing. And we're not trying to be not sensitive to the situation that he's going through, but we have to talk about how this affected fantasy and or just
Yeah.
the NFL itself. There was a lot of playoff implications off that game alone, and Cincinnati and both Kansas City were both fighting for that number one seed, and how this cancellation of a game affected the NFL and fantasy. Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah, well, you had our league alone. I mean, it was a very long shot that it was going to happen, but like Raw was down like about 30 points with
Right.
Jamar Chase going. There's been 4 times this year where Jamar Chase either got over 30 or came very close to 30 points. So like it wasn't out,
It was
especially
doable.
with,
It was very
it
doable.
was it was doable and in a very important game where they were going to try to score points. So like,
And I hate to cut you off real quick.
Yeah.
Cincinnati was moving the ball.
they
Like,
were.
early. Like they had no problems. It looks. I mean, things have changed. It was very
No,
early in the
but
game.
Cincinnati belongs. Like when he talking about these teams, like
Right.
they talk about Buffalo. They talk about Kansas City. They talk
Right.
about Buffalo. They talk about Baltimore. Cincinnati went to the Super Bowl for the AFC, and like they acting like they don't belong. Like they're there. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's
go
just
ahead, Jim, I'm sorry.
yeah, no, sorry. It's just it sucks for the people who are trying to come back in the league, but it's such extraordinary circumstances that like there's actually like most people don't read like what the rules are, one in the NFL and one in actual fantasy, and there are rules like default rules for like no contest and things like that. So like it sucks to like lose a chip in this manner, but like there are actually like set rules for this kind of stuff being accounted for in fantasy. So like I know I think Raw in the case of our league, Raw probably is a little more okay with it just because it was such a big deficit and
Right.
it wasn't very likely that would happen. But like if you
it
didn't
wasn't
need
like a
very many
2-point
points,
game.
yeah,
It
if you
wasn't
didn't
like a
need
2-point
very
game. 2-point
if you didn't
game.
need- yeah, if you didn't need very many points, I could see you being a little iffy about it. But like, you could do a few things in this situation. You could either go by the default rules and just whoever was ahead won because it's a no contest. If you want, you could also do something like if the two people in the thing saw that it was close enough and they knew that something was going to happen, the two
Split it.
people in the final could theoretically split the first and second place prize in half and just say, look, we're just going to split this because it's just a weird situation and we'll just chalk it up to like, listen, we'll just both get half because it was unfair. But it's up to the league and the commissioners and stuff like that.
I'm gonna tell you where I was at with it. Once I seen it, I was like, let me tell you something. Let's say I was in the chip versus you or Lau, right? And I needed like 0.1. Once I seen that, I honestly, and y'all my brothers. Y'all know me well.
Yeah.
Nigga, I don't care. I want this man, like I'm at a point where like I hope he can just get up and walk.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly.
Just so we're clear, y'all know me, y'all don't know me. I love fantasy football. I love to win. I hate losing. At some point, you realize when you become something like, nah, certain things are way more important.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantasy football glory is great. Just so we're clear, it's great. But when a man's life is at danger, you kind of put things into perspective. Now, I'm a segue into somebody who
Yes.
I don't really like to begin with, but he said some wild shit. Just so we're clear, we're talking about Skip motherfucking Bayless. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm gonna let Jim go on this because honestly, I'm just gonna keep it brief. I think Skip and Shannon need to break that up. I think I think Skip doesn't really respect Shannon, and
So loud. Just so we're clear, you realize something happened because Skip didn't show up. I'm sorry, Uncle Shay didn't show up the next day.
Right. So I just think they need to sever ties, figure out what they're gonna do, and move on, and just
Because
have their own shows.
it's wild and sensitive. It's wild and sensitive.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let Jim go on, and because he has a little bit more insight, and he has some things he wants to talk about as far as Skip Bayless is concerned.
So there's two things. One, I know Skip Bayless tried to come out and be like, listen, if you read my tweet and get to the end, it really isn't that bad. But like the point
terrible.
is that whole middle part is unnecessary to say then. Like if you feel bad for this guy and you feel bad for the situation, just do it. And this honestly is not the first time Skip Bayless has done something like this. He after 9/11 happened, like it was like 3 to 5 days after 9/11, he wrote an article.
And that was during like baseball. It's like during the baseball.
Yeah, during the baseball season. And he wanted to, he wrote an article about not being able to turn on the TV and see baseball and how the athletes are being selfish and like a bunch of stuff like this. So like this guy's been a clown and doing this stuff for like the longest. I don't like Skip Bayless at all. I never watched those shows. Pretty much everything I see is just the highlights on his thing. But like this is nothing new for him. And I think honestly, regardless of him and Shannon break up and do different shows, he's not going anywhere. Like he gets ratings, people still watch him, and he's not going to go anywhere because he said this. And honestly, if you look on social media, there's a lot of people who are saying like stupid stuff. But like, you know, I honestly, if you had,
Jim,
if you had any other,
you know what people keep saying? Oh, y'all didn't read the tweet. I read the tweet several times, just so we're clear. I get drunk, I get high, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a very smart guy. I read words. There's nothing in what he said that he was better off saying nothing. Had you said nothing, you'd have been good.
Yep.
You made it your business to tweet while the man is being resuscitated on the field. Yo, this game is sort of important. Son, don't say nothing. And so we're clear. Skip disrespected Uncle Shay 2 weeks ago. When Skip is a fanboy of Tom Brady.
Wait a minute. This is just straight hate by a guy who's jealous that he is still playing at a high level at 45 when you had to stop at 35.
Skip, that's what you do.
That's the point.
That's what you do. Every time I call something into question, I'm jealous.
No.
Skip, I did what I did.
I never said you were jealous of Baker Mayfield.
Skip, I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got 3 Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you were.
Shannon Sharp is a Hall of Fame. He was one of the pioneers of being a pass-catching tight end that blocked.
Yep.
The man has 3 Super Bowl rings. You talking about you jealous of Tom Brady? You jealous of Tom Brady?
Right.
Has Skip even been to 3 Super Bowls?
That's what I'm saying.
You never played the sport. You have no right to be talking.
For you to come to Shannon Sharp and be like, yo, you jealous. Jealous of what, son?
Right.
Yeah.
So that whole Skip Shannon situation to me is
you know what it's like? You ever go out with a couple and you know they breaking up, but they haven't broken up, but they're still together?
Right.
That's what it's like.
Yeah.
It's been very awkward on that show for a while. And again, just to reiterate Skip's tweet, and I know what he's trying to do, and I don't like when anybody does this. Like, you can't say like, oh, this is a terrible situation, then be like, but this, and this, and then like at the end try to retract it a little bit,
Jim,
like a half-assed line.
I'll tell you what's even crazier, because athletes say this all the time. America loves to give second chances. Skip caught the backlash the day of so it was a Monday night game. He tweeted during the Monday night. Uncle Shay missed the show Tuesday. He came back Wednesday. Uncle Shay gave his monologue, and he was like, yo,
he tried to give his monologue. He tried.
I'm sorry, you're right. He tried to give his monologue. All Uncle Shay said was, you know what? I'm part of the brotherhood. I felt the type of way. I hope Skip deletes the tweet. This is what bothers me. As soon as Uncle Shay said that, Skip said, hold out. Skip, it's not about you. It's about the man in my background. Him. It's about him. It has nothing to do with you. Even if you felt you don't want to delete the tweet, shut the entire fuck up.
Yeah.
That's the point.
I just want to put one more point, and I just want to bring this out because I don't think anybody, from what I've seen on social media, like I haven't really seen anybody hark back to this. But about a month and a half ago, Skip came on First Take. I think he was by himself at the time, and or whatever the show he's on is, and he goes Undisputed. So he comes on the show, and like it's like this whole somber note, and it's like somebody had died. I'm not even exaggerating.
Shit about Draymond or some shit?
No.
Stephen A.
Stephen A.
I think this was about Stephen A.
Yeah. So
like comments about Stephen A.
Yeah, this guy comes on and he's all like distraught, like he's like never been like the worst things ever happened to him. And like literally all Stephen A. Smith said was that Skip Bayless called him because he said that he wouldn't be able to succeed in his show without him being on there when they were doing First Take together. And I'm like, that's not a big, like, okay, maybe you're a little offended that Stephen A. said that you needed him to get ratings, but like, that's like not a big deal at all. and you made such a big deal out of this, and this dude over here is dying, and you're worried about playoff seeding? Like,
right?
Yo, Jim, I remember I didn't hear what Stephen A. said. But Skip made it seem like someone died. Like his demeanor, like he was like, like banging on like. Stephen A's my brother. Like, really, bro?
Yeah, like it was the most ridiculous 20 minutes I've ever sat through on like a TV show or a podcast or anything. It was just beyond ridiculous. And to be that sensitive about that subject and then talk about playoff seeding while somebody's getting CPR for 9 minutes on the field, like, come on, bro. It's not. This guy's a clown
right now.
So we're all in agreement saying that Skip Bayless is a clown, right?
Yes.
He's trash.
Okay. All right. So moving forward, let's talk about Reg winning these playoff picks. Not playoff picks. He won the league pick'em.
He won the league pick'em. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
What was his record? Let's hear these records.
The final records wound up being 20. Reggie was like 21-4. I was like 20-5, and then,
just stop right there.
Yeah, La was all the way in the back. We don't even mention those. We don't talk about them low numbers.
We'll talk about that shit.
But congrats, Reds. Next year we'll be able to start it from the beginning and have like.
Bro, let me tell you what's fucking an eye opener, and I'm sorry for the curse words. Had I beat Sega CD Lamb.
Yeah.
Alas.
Wait.
Congrats to you, Sega CD Lamb.
So not even that. Okay, so I know we talk about this league and this podcast and everything, but I was in the championship in the other league, and I really didn't say anything in the other league because, like, you know, I'm like I'm not like one of these ifs and whatever. But this year, out of every year, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I was amazing with the.
Jim, stop right there. Let me tell you when it started for you. When Jim picked up Baker Mayfield, that's when he ascended. Remember,
I don't even remember that pick.
Son, he picked him. He started him when who did the Rams play? Was it a Thursday night?
It was the Rams versus the Raiders.
He had like 2 touchdowns. And before the game, it was like, yo, if Jim wins this game, he gonna be a problem. Remember, just so we're clear, Jim picked up Watson when Watson was in the shit.
Yes, that's what I was like.
Watson,
he's doing
Fields,
something.
Dobbs, yes,
Kenneth Walker.
Let me tell you something, man.
My picks. So let me just go through this real quick because I don't want to waste too much time on it. So
waste time, my brother.
Before the final and our previous chip was done, I was hearing rumors that like Justin Fields might only play a half and like all this stuff. And then Christian Watson was injured, so I didn't know if he was going to play. And Deontay Foreman had like a terrible matchup, and I really, really did not want to play Deontay Foreman. So I picked up Daniel Jones and I picked Isaiah Hodgins from the thing. If I would have stacked Daniel Jones and Hodges in my thing and either replaced Watson, who was potentially injured, or Foreman, who I didn't even want in my thing, I would have won my chip by 2 points.
Wow. And just so we're clear, we're talking about our other league, not this league.
Yeah.
The leagues are sort of interchangeable because they're the same people in the same league.
The same people are in both leagues.
And if y'all complaining, shut the fuck up.
But listen, we do have to talk about our league. Lace is out.
Yes.
So big congratulations to Sega CD Lamb for winning the chip. Congratulations to Ra, the Game Breakers, for winning second place. And congratulations to myself for winning third place.
No. Absolutely not. Get the fuck out of here. Congratulations, third place. What a loser.
If you ain't first, you're last. You know what I'm talking about? That phrase is trademark, not to be used outside tradition of Ricky Bobby.
Listen,
by the way, Ra is cursed. Fantasy football cursed.
Yes. Listen,
you know,
everybody in the chat, everybody in this league, do not align yourself with Ra. If you align yourself with this man, you're gonna have bad things happen to you.
You know what it's like? What can I liken it to? Like, what is it like? Is it like the not Candyman? Okay, you know what it's like? If y'all old enough, y'all know who King Midas is. When he touched something, it touched gold. He is the opposite of that. When he touched something, it's bronze.
You know what he is? You know who he is? He's Medusa. When he looks at somebody, it turns to
He's
stone.
Medusa.
It's insane. But wait, listen.
is Medusa.
Not
to right. You my brother. I love you, but nah, bro. Fantasy's not for you, sir. It's for you.
Not to make an insensitive joke or whatever, but like, you ever get into fantasy and you're like, I'm in the finals, I have a chance, like literally unless something outrageous happens, like I got a chance.
Right.
And like the craziest shit happened.
Right.
When Ra was in the finals. And
it's because it's fucking Ra, yo.
It's just crazy.
You know who Ra is? He's Denzel's character in fucking what's the movie? You know the movie. With the drugs and the money, the corruption.
Training Day.
That's Ra is that nigga. And Ra, you my brother, but you be wildin', bruh. That's to let you know. You need to stop this fanny shit. Get Ben in here. You need to do something else. God damn it.
So moving forward, we had a good fantasy year.
We did.
The league was...
Just before you go any further, shout out to you, man. Like, I've been in a lot of fantasy leagues. This is one of the funnest leagues. Like, yo, I look forward. Like, just so we're clear, we all work, we all got responsibilities.
Yeah.
But this is fun, son. Yeah. Like, I appreciate you. Thank you for inviting me, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Even from like the littlest thing to the biggest thing, like the smallest thing that Lau does in the league was like the whole naming thing with like having a theme for the year. Like that's just a tiny little thing that just like makes it interesting.
Lau hates my fucking guts, but let me tell you something. Lau can trust me in something, and you can ask Lau. I take my job very seriously.
Yes, he does.
When Lau texts me, like, you know what? Give me like 10, 15 minutes or whatever. I got you. Like, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate
that. It's what Jim was alluding to. It's the little things that make the league fun. It doesn't have to be all about the money. It can be about like just something simple like a theme.
Like the theme of the league. Yeah.
It can be something like the stupid awards that we give out. I mean, you know, people actually look forward to the awards. Like, people are texting me like, yo, you guys didn't send the awards out.
Yo, Jim, let me tell you something. I do the awards, right? And I send it to him like, yo, son, is this good? Like, I need his approval, and I hate that nigga. So, I need to make sure it's good, son. Like, no, like I like that. Like, people look forward, like, yo, why wasn't it? Was it because you trash?
Yeah,
you didn't make it.
So it's the funniest thing. Like, I remember the first, because I was in this league for the first couple of years, and then I dropped, and then I came back this year. And I remember the first year we were in here, you guys did the awards, and like the first week you did the awards, like a couple of people here were hating. Then the second week came along, they were like, "Where the fuck are the awards?" And I was like, "This shit hit."
Exactly.
So, and even with the podcast,
yo, just so we're clear, when we get syndicated, right? Lyle is out. Me and Jim are our own shit.
Let's go.
Listen, I keep telling these guys I'm the talent. There is no podcast without me.
This is what we're gonna do, Reg.
I got it.
Yo, Reg, this is what we're gonna do, right? When we get syndicated, the first episode, right? I'm gonna hire the dude that they have with the cane at Apollo. And he's just gonna come pull his ass off.
Son, we can get up with a low. Yes.
I want to take
shout out to the commissioner.
Yeah, shout out.
He takes his league very seriously, as do we.
And he lets the jokes flow fine because we get.
I do. I want to give a special shout out to you guys as well, my co-commish for dealing with me. That's not easy.
You see my eyes. I've never showed my eyes. I love you, my brother.
Thank you. I love you too, bro.
I love you, my brother.
Family. It's family. This is family, bro.
A special shout out to Jim. For
he's a tech guru.
Yeah,
he's a tech guru.
Just doing this podcast with us and giving us his insight and just doing all the production work. Like, listen, we shoot it and then we just like kind of like, yo, Jim, take care of that. We don't do nothing else.
Word, and we want the fuck away.
You got this.
So yeah, shout out to you, bro.
No, it's been a pleasure. I've never had like a non like job. Yeah, I had so much fun doing this thing, and like every week, next year, the podcast is gonna be legit. We gonna have like high level everything, bro.
Yeah,
I got my mic. Shout out to the mic.
Yeah, listen, he's buying mics. We're buying new materials here. Listen, next year is gonna be even better. So
we gonna be at the strip club one week. Like yo,
well, I don't know, but listen, I don't know who's watching this. So,
by the way, I got a big surprise for next year. Big surprise.
Wow.
I'm not gonna say shit, but I got a big surprise. Is a game changer. Just mark it.
And I'm glad Jim brought up next year, because we need to talk about some things that we want to improve on next year. Some themes that we might want to do next year, and just the overall rule changes and stuff like that.
I want to propose something. I want to know, can we do it so whoever wins proposes the theme?
Oh, that's dope. I like that.
Now, man, are you mad? Why are you
Listen. You know I'm a tyrant, so I'm already feeling a little uneasy.
No, you're a fake tyrant. You're a
Fidel. Fidel.
So Sega CD Lamb won this year. He's not in the chat. I spoke to him last week. I was like, listen, we got a whole chat for the league.
Oh, he don't be in the chat at all?
No. No. He's not in the chat at all. So I spoke to him like, listen, we got
his championship is rescinded.
You gotta be in the chat to win the chat.
Right.
I'm like, you need to be in the chat. It's quite entertaining. We got some.
And it's a good way to like just get lost, son.
Yeah, it's good. He's gonna do it, and that's my only issue. If he's not in the chat, he can't pick the theme. Somebody else gotta pick the theme.
Fair.
So
okay.
I think we should just come up. I mean, I know Lau doesn't like votes and stuff like that, but like maybe we could suggest a few themes. Like
I'm down.
I don't want to put everybody in a spot, but we could suggest a few themes right here.
90s sitcoms, right?
Right.
We did 90s video games, or just video games in general?
We did video games
in general.
We did 90s sitcom.
We did video games. You know what we should do? You know what? Each of us just throw out a idea. Just throw out an idea.
There you go. So my idea, and ideally I'd like to do hip hop only, but I guess you can do anything you want. But like I'd like to do album name themes.
I like it.
That's what I was at. I was gonna say hip hop groups.
No, I say hip hop. Everybody here listens to hip hop, and if you
let's do hip hop.
If you don't, fuck you. Let's start listening to hip hop.
Don't be posting no Haitian ass fucking names and shit.
I can't wait until Raw comes out with like
Rascals,
shocker, like
something no limit, yeah.
No, son, it's gonna be some like some block from New Orleans that like 3 people know, and he could be like, "Oh, y'all are trash." You know
it's gonna be like No Limit Soldier Field.
Right, exactly. See, no, he wouldn't even come up with that. That's too creative.
By the way, I'm the name guru. $10, I got you, bro.
You got it for $10. Yo, Jim, drop your Cash App, drop your Zelle, drop your Venmo. Yo, if you want to sound funky, Jim got you, bro.
Got you, bro. I got you.
And yo, if you can pay him $10 one time or pay him $5 a week. He'll change your shit every fucking week.
Every week. I got you. New names every week, bro. Fire every week. By the way, I am solely impressed with Mike Whiteson's Punch Out. This is my favorite fantasy name.
It's a great name. It's one of the best. If you came up with that in the beginning, you would have won the $25 I gave out?
Yeah. Almost. He wasn't starting, so he wasn't in the front of my mind. So it's like I didn't really think of it. Yeah, it was fucked out.
So while we're talking about like new things that we want to come up with, implementation and stuff like that, what kind of rule changes would we like to have?
Do you want to give like a bonus for the highest score of the week?
I did that for the bye week, the biggest bye week.
Oh, what is it? Bye
apocalypse.
Bye apocalypse.
Okay. Yes. My bad. Take it back. You good.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have a little bit more serious of a change that I'm just wondering. I'm just gonna throw it out there now because it became a big deal this year because of how the playoff picture was going out, and it's whether or not fantasy league should end in week 16 instead of week 17. Because typically before they added the new game, right? There used to be 17 weeks in the league, and we used to end at week 6. But this year in week 17, we had people in the finals, and there was all these talks about people potentially getting rested and like all this stuff. So and listening to other podcasts and other people who do fantasy football, like realistically, is it better to end the league in week 16 because it's less likely that anybody's going to be rested?
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
Yep.
So before they did I'm a football junkie. Before they used to do these football games, it wasn't divisional. So you would have cats playing that you don't know.
Yeah.
Now I prefer whatever. Let's say they expand, and I'm wilding. Let's say they do a 20-game season, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the second to last week is, I want to do that. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the committee realized that divisional games mattered. Like before, it wouldn't be divisional games. Like perfect example, Detroit and Green Bay tomorrow is going to be highly watched.
Yeah,
because it's a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
So I've been in a league where the Super Bowl, the fantasy Super Bowl, is the last week of the season, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm always down for the second to last week because the second to last week, you always got something to prove. I don't know about the last week because you resting cats, you're doing this, you're doing that. So whatever the last week is, I want the week before that to be the Super Bowl.
And the perfect example for the reason why this might be important is Tennessee, because Tennessee in week 17 had literally nothing to play for and rested Derrick Henry. Now imagine if you've had Derrick Henry running through a whole season for you and then you can't use him. Like that's not great. Like you want to try to. I mean, granted, it's in a sense it's a little fun in like week 17, 18 because like again in the other league, what other time would I have actually thought about playing Isaiah Hodges? Like that's kind of cool because like you have to bring your fantasy GM mind into it and pick up people, but then also like who wants to rely on a whole new roster to win you your fantasy league? So
and then you're dropping plays and stuff like that, but who cares? It's last week anyway. So
my cousin's coming on. Hold on. Come.
Oh, we got guests.
Come, we got a guest.
We got a guest. Let's go. Wait, is this the birthday boy?
Get him on. So no, this is not the birthday boy. This is my cousin. So this is my goddaughter's father. This is my boy Jim. This is my boy Lyle.
Nice to meet you.
He cusses Haitian people all the time. He cusses the black guy cusses Haitian people all the time. This is my brother. This is my cousin Unts. I'm his daughter's godfather.
Proud to be.
And he's a Jets fan. He's a Jets fan too.
Oh, man.
Jets fan right here. I'm a Jets fan.
Forever, man. Green. You stick green forever.
He's a Jets fan. So you know.
This year just wasn't the year it looks like, but maybe.
And just to reiterate, this one is the hater. Not me.
That's okay. I see your name too.
You need these black Americans.
All right. He must tell you about what Haitians can do. Take care, guys.
Take care. Thank you. What were we talking about? I totally forgot.
Talking about the league rules. We're talking about the league rules. We were talking about the week 16,
the second last week versus the last week. Let me ask you a question. If in a perfect world, do you want the championship to be the last week of the league of the year or the second to last week?
I want second to last.
Second to last, yeah. Well, no, actually, it's technically third to last if you go into week 16.
No. Remove because the way it is now.
Got it. So second to last. I'd rather week 16 than week 17, honestly.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say this too because this is my notorious talking point in every fantasy league.
Here we go.
And I'm laying it down right now. Next year in the start of the 2023 season, any league that has kickers, I will not be in.
Yo, Jim, you gotta chill.
You gotta chill. You gotta chill.
Yo, Jim, do it for me. I don't ask you for nothing in life. Do it for me.
Man.
No kickers. We're leaving.
Laces Out Chat podcast Laces Out League. Let's take a vote next year. At the beginning of the year, I'll send it out.
Listen, I'm down. Listen, as long as the league votes, I'm down for it. I'm a team player. You know that.
And there's basically 2 things to vote for. Well, 3 things to vote for, I guess. It's either you keep kickers,
right?
You get rid of kickers
altogether, and don't replace it. And don't
replace it. Or you get rid of kickers and add a secondary flex.
You know what? I'll do that. I will do the get rid of kickers and do a flex.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm down for a secondary flex. I'm actually listen.
But not a super flex.
No, not a super flex. We don't want no quarterbacks. No other quarterbacks. None of that shit.
That's that Mel's league. That's different. That's different.
2 QB leagues are ridiculous.
3 votes already. We are sending it out to the chat, to the league. 3 votes already.
So Jim, one more time.
No kickers. No kickers. No kickers stay. No kickers with no replacement, and no kickers but a replacement thing, which would be a flex.
Listen, I want to open up an idea, and I know this might be crazy, but I think this league might be ready. What do we think about a dynasty league?
I'm out. I ain't want no person.
So
you know what? Start at keeper. No, start at keeper.
All right,
keeper.
Yeah, I would start at keeper because dynasty is a huge commitment.
Dynasty is like Madden, son.
There's people who tank full years knowing they're not going to win just to get draft picks for like a year or 2 later, and I don't know if like people have that in them for this league.
Okay, all right. So keeper is
I think like one keeper,
maybe keeper.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, we gonna open it up. What about auction in this league?
Whoa.
So I like auction, but
I love auction. Just so y'all know, you niggas ain't ready for no motherfucking auction.
So I like
right now.
I like auction, but selfishly, the thing that I like, so I'm only in 2 leagues right now, and the thing that I like is that the 2 leagues are 2 different draft types, and I like that. Like one league I can do the snake, and one league I do the auction. But the shit, I forgot. There was one thing I was just about to bring up. Now I forgot. Oh, the other thing is that we need to talk about if we can solidify at least a solid showing for a live draft.
I'm down, bro. I'm down.
If it's in a house, if it's in an Airbnb, I'm down. What we could do is we could have whoever's live there, and then we could WebEx or Zoom in some people.
Let me ask you a question. What would that entail? Are you trying to do like the draft board where you put the stuff on like?
Yes.
I want to do that.
Yeah. So I would like to do it that way.
Yeah, I want to do that, bro.
Like, because what we can do is like,
if my in-laws is down, they will host us, depending on the date.
So what I'm thinking is that I know our league is in Yahoo, but I think technically
there's an offline option, like where you can do. Because I've done it. I've done offline where you can do like the board, but so let's say perfect example. Let's say we do a live draft and like, we're a 12 man, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say we're a 12 man and 8 people show up. The 4 other people, if they put their picks, we can import them in.
Yes. It's a little bit more work, but
you know what? I'll do the. I'll have no problem with that. I have no problem with that.
It's going to be more work, and besides more work, the draft is going to take more time. And the only reason I want to reiterate that it's going to take more time is that we did auction in our other league, and there's some people, one person in specific, Rasan, that's in the other league that one day a year can't take some extra time to do some draft stuff. So like, we need to make sure that everybody's good.
We're gonna do a Peloton fantasy draft. Bunga! Rashad is in now.
So, and this is the thing, and I'll say this too, if you want, and we don't all have to do this because I know everybody likes to concentrate, and me, like, I'm good doing multiple things at a time. If we do a live draft, I'm fully fine with setting my computer up and doing a podcast live with the draft, and we can randomly, in between picks, I can randomly bring people in and like talk to them in between picks. I'm good with doing that.
Listen, I talked about this with Jim and Mel. I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay with doing the podcast. Mel and Jim can do it on their own. I don't give a fuck. I need to concentrate.
Yeah.
But I do want to say this.
So what you're telling me is you can't multitask. Is that what you're telling me?
That's basically what I'm saying.
So what you're telling me is Jim's gonna ask you a question, and you're gonna draft a receiver. You're gonna draft a middle linebacker. The second round. That's what you're gonna draft Michael Parsons in the second round.
This is what I say.
Real quick, Jim. If we do the live draft, I want everybody to act like it's actual draft day. Come dressed up in your attire with your notebook or whatever it is. Just stupid.
Let me tell you something.
I want it to be a real
the video
deal.
on TikTok where you pull up and like, yo, listen, I'm coming San Francisco, boy.
Yeah, that's right.
So this is what we could do also, because we all have camera phones and all this stuff. So like if we do this live draft, anybody who shows up live, and I've seen this on ESPN, I've seen this on Twitter and TikTok, we could literally film the people coming in, like, look, blah blah blah's coming in, and blah, blah. But you have to have your team names ready before the draft.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Do it.
Depending on the date, I can host at my in-laws in Union, New Jersey. It's not that far.
Okay.
We can figure it out, and they with the shits.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds good. It's an option.
So there's that,
but just so we're clear, you have to have your team name ready, and if you're a Bills fan, you got to be in Bills gear. If you are Oilers, just so we know, I clown my cousin by marriage. I know he got Titans gear. I got San Fran gear. Jim has Jets gear. Lau has Commanders gear. Let's go.
So for me, I think there's only two acceptable outfits for a live draft. You either put your jersey on or you come in a full suit.
Full suit.
That's it. A full suit or jersey. That's it.
And you can't be telling no Haitian cat to come in a full suit. Listen. Now I'm torn. Now I'm gonna come in a jersey in a suit.
Yo, if you come in a jersey under your suit, that would be fire, bro.
Yo,
fire.
So we got ideas. We got ideas.
Wait, you got a cat jersey? You got a cat.
And the one lady in the league doesn't have to come in a suit. You can come in your Bill shit. No one can.
I mean, she would probably come.
I was probably come in Bill stuff. Like, you gotta be unbiased, sir. You can't say shit. Just Bill stuff.
No, but I would think that stuff would come in Bill.
And just so we're clear, we'll try to figure out like rides for people. If we get it ahead of time, New Jersey's not that far. It's not that far.
Yeah, wherever.
We'll figure it out.
I know Walker says he has an Airbnb thing, so like I don't know. If that's
we got options, bro.
Yeah, we could always rent an Airbnb in a more neutral site if people need to go.
Down.
You said you have a spot. Like we could do wherever. Like the thing is that it has to be in like a house-ish type area. Like it's not like we can go to like Buffalo Wild Wings because this needs.
No. Like I want it to be sort of intimate.
Yeah.
No, we wanted exactly. Intimate is the perfect word. We wanted to be just us. We want to be able to just relax, chill, and just do us.
And just to end on this last spicy take, because I know we were talking about. I said I would do the podcast while we're drafting, and Lyle said like, "Nah, I gotta concentrate." Listen,
I'm down.
I gotta concentrate on my draft. But even though my season was shitty this year, I still don't respect none of y'all yet. only the people. I respect Reg, Bill, Lyle, and pretty much that's it.
Fuck you, you're cool, and fuck you, I'm out.
That's it.
I respect one person in this motherfucking league, and he got a Columbia jersey on right now. That's it.
Let's go. I
hate Stephanie team. I can't stand her. And I'm gonna tell you why. Just so we're clear, I'm not unbiased. 2 years ago, when the league started, I dropped Cortland Sutton.
Yeah.
This motherfucker picked him up and she ran the motherfucking table, and I was mad.
I remember that.
You know what? Nothing personal, Stephanie. Nothing personal. Listen,
I'm ready for all the smoke.
I love this league. I want it to flourish. Like, yo, I'm good, bro. Whatever you need, I got you.
Thank you.
Whatever it is. This whole podcast thing was dope. I look forward to doing it next year. You know, even
I hope our commissioner gets like better equipment because
he needs a better background.
Listen, I'm not. I'm
Jim,
never
you know what?
changing my background.
Let's chip in and get him a mic, bro. Like we gotta
I
do
got
something,
you.
bro.
I'm gonna send him. I'm gonna send him one in the mail.
For
Like,
real. So like,
I'm gonna send him one with the
just send me the cash at me the thing, the my balance, bro. Like, come on, son. You fresh to death. You got birthdays. You got Timberland. You got this and that. What's your mic? It's the fucking the shit they give you in the airport at Delta or some shit like. No.
I'm gonna send him a mic and another Wong figurine.
Yes. Yes. High five. Yes.
All right. Is there anything that we want to talk about as far as laces out, NFL? Oh yeah, let's talk about NFL. Who y'all got?
You know what? I have a question.
Real quick.
Who's y'all Super Bowl picks?
I got the 49ers.
I'm gonna go last.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be the Chiefs and the 49ers. But unfortunately, I still think that nobody's beating the Chiefs.
Who you got, Lau?
I got the 49ers winning the Super Bowl.
Okay, who you got for the AFC?
I got the Bills.
I'm going with who I'm going with NFC. I'm going with the Bengals.
I knew you was going Bengals.
I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, Macaulay Culkin, this guy throws very good. This guy throws very nice football. I'm going with Macaulay Culkin, and you know who. So you know what it is. You know what it is.
Bro. You know what's crazy? When I went to Ohio, right? Nobody knew that we were calling him Macaulay Culkin. Is that like a New York thing?
It
I
is.
was like, yo, look at Macaulay.
Because there's no internet in Ohio. That's why. That's why. You guys don't. You know what it is? You know what y'all fucking have in Ohio? And you blacks, so you get it. Remember the encyclopedia? The off-white shit? New book knowledge? That's what
it's like Britannica. The Encyclopedia Britannica. Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yo, Jim, in the
still doing net zero.
I will send you the picture. You niggas is trash. Do you have internet in Ohio?
Yo, I heard when you go into supermarkets in Ohio, they still got them Netscape CDs just sitting there on the side.
Just so we're clear,
we're not gonna go in on Ohio right now, okay? We're talking about Super Bowl picks.
By the way, I'll say this. I picked the Chiefs to beat the Niners in the finals, but I think that the Bengals and Niners would be a better matchup, honestly, because I think the Bengals have a better defense than the Chiefs do.
I agree.
And just so we're clear, fuck Jet McKinnon, man.
Fuck my God. This guy
has like 10 touchdowns in like 6 weeks.
How you an MVP candidate after half the season?
He was on that roster. Guess how many touchdowns he had?
So McKinnon's one of those dudes that I think was on like literally everybody's team at one point during the season.
Yes.
And then like basically at some point somebody picked him up and he was finally
nice. Someone caught him at the right time.
That's what it's all about, man. It's all about getting that hot play at the right time, man.
Let me tell you something. I'm in on this. I love fantasy, but at the same time, I hate it.
Yes, agreed.
It's a fickle bitch.
I hate that bitch.
Yes. Yeah.
But she got nice toes.
Wait. You want to hear how fickle of a bitch fantasy is? So again, I'll go back to my final in the other league. Justin Fields had 18 points in the first quarter of that game.
Yes.
In my final, and ended this game with 19 points.
That's exactly why we do it.
Yeah.
I went from hyped to like just
Jim, I'm gonna tell you something. I learned a lot about you. You took a lot of chances and you won, my G.
Yeah.
Yo, bro. Justin Fields, Dobbs. What's the other one?
Watson. Kenneth Walker.
The biggest one for me.
Everybody.
Baker Mayfield. Son, if someone told me with a crystal ball, Reg, pick up Baker Mayfield, he's gonna get you $7 gajillion. I would not do it.
I was on my guru shit this year. I was so I watched the so I'm not a big I'm a little bit I'm definitely a stats guy, but like I'm a big watching the game guy and see how like people call games. And like it's just, like pretty much like everybody I picked up was like a result of if I thought the matchup was good for that specific person, and like based on how I seen people calling games, if I just thought it was good, like, and you know, this is just what I did all year, and like this year it panned out. Who knows what's gonna happen next year? But this year, like it was great. It was great this year.
Okay, last thing I want to talk about real quick. If you want to pick one person that you are watching out for next year when you draft, who is it? One person.
That's a good one.
Matter of fact, we got to do it position wise. We have to. So I'm just gonna do running back, tight end, wide receiver.
Jim, you go another.
Running back, tight end, wide receiver. So honestly, running back wise, it's funny. I'm not even looking at current running backs. There's a college dude that's about to come into the league this year, and I want to see who picks him up. But my man Bijou is going to be pro
from Texas.
Yeah. My
man,
my man's going to be prone to have a big year. So like, I want to see who picks him up. And I'd like to, if it's the right team, I think that's going to be my guy. And hopefully he's like somebody I could pick up in like the second, third, fourth round, and not like one of these guys where like I know Zeke, like the first year he came in was like a late first round, early second round pick. I'd like a late second round, early third round pick if ideal, but like definitely Bijou in running back sense. I have to think about the other two. So you two can do your running backs.
Running back, you know who I'm looking at, man?
Tight end.
Jamal Williams.
Yes.
From Detroit. That dude was a problem this year.
If he stays with Detroit.
No, he just left Green Bay, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
I have to see what his contract is. By the way, if anybody's ever sorry to interrupt. If anybody's ever interested in, because this is part of what I look into for future stuff. If anybody's ever interested in looking at contract situations for any team, any player, whatever, there's a website called SpotTrack, SPOTRAC.com.
You know hearing about that? That's why Saquon's going off this year, because it's his contract year. Like you got to put that into consideration when cats want to. When you realize cats ball out. Basketball, I don't know about baseball, but basketball and football, their contract year, they go out, they ball out.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Lau, who's your running back?
Listen, I had him in our other league. I think Breece Hall, man.
Yes.
Yo, bro, let me tell you something. I had him in the league.
I think he's good.
And the kind of person I am, before, when I was younger, if I don't know names, I'm like, who the fuck is this bum-ass nigga? I don't know him, I'm going to drop him. I kept him. Before he got injured, he won me games.
Yes.
He's a problem, son.
Yes.
He's a problem.
Yes.
When did he tear his ACL? What month?
Funny enough, he hasn't played. I think it's like 6 to 8 weeks he hasn't played.
Yeah.
He tore his ACL like 6 to 8 weeks ago. He's still the leading rusher for the Jets.
Wow.
That's what it is, bro.
Okay,
so what do you say? You said receiver. You said running back, receiver, and tight end, right?
Yeah, wide receiver.
All right, I know who my receiver is.
Okay, go ahead, Rich.
Go.
No, go ahead. Just same order.
So my receiver again is a little outside the box, but he was traded. No. He's an NFL player, but he was traded. Calvin Ridley. Next year, Calvin Ridley is gonna go.
Is he coming back to Atlanta? He's coming back to Atlanta.
He's on Jacksonville.
He's in Jacksonville.
And this nigga is a problem. Sunshine.
Trevor Lawrence is a problem, man.
So next year, I'm keeping an eye on Calvin Ridley, and depending on
I like it. I like that pick a lot.
You know who's mine? Garrett Wilson. He's a problem.
Yes.
He's gonna be a problem. Come. This is the birthday boy.
Aujourd'hui mon cœur c'est le jour de ton anniversaire.
Happy birthday.
He's not as crazy as me, but he's crazy. He's a wild boy.
Mr. Prenup, so
he was in all boys college in Hobo. He went to Stevens.
Well,
he was a wild nigga. So we at his crib. So
listen, happy birthday to you. Wish you many more, many blessings.
Yes,
come through for summer Fridays. I work from home.
You heard what he said?
I got a pool, I got a cabana, so come through, party it up, see what you gotta do.
Not him, just a white guy, not him.
Listen, you don't want me to come.
Don't get me arrested, because there's like Trump supporters to the left and the right. But y'all can come through, just keep the volume down after 10. We good.
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
Yes, sir. So Garrett Wilson, for me, the Jets don't even need a quarterback. Have a quarterback that is solid
Yes.
Garrett Wilson is a problem.
Which the Jets quarterback next year is either going to be, I think
David
it's
Carr.
either going to be Derek Carr
Yeah, Derek Carr.
Lamar
Jimmy
Jackson.
G?
No, I don't think they're going to take Jimmy G. Although I
They're
know
talking about Jimmy G going to Raiders.
I know he has this. I know he has the San Francisco tie with Salah, but I don't think Jimmy G will be good in MetLife. So
You know what the problem with
Carr.
Jimmy G? Jimmy G's my quarterback now. Jimmy G doesn't work with star wide receivers. He doesn't. He works with like niggas like us, like medium tier, bottom tier, like
I'm
like
top 5.
Edelman's.
I'm top 5. So
Can we go? We were doing well.
moving on.
Who's your receiver? Who's your receiver?
Listen, I'm gonna pick Olave.
You know what? That's not a bad pick.
Yeah,
he was
Olave
getting
too.
buckets this season.
I think I'm hoping that they get a quarterback or Jameis comes back. I think Olave is going to be a problem.
Son, look what he did. I don't even know who the quarterback was. It was
Dalton.
the Red Rocket.
The Red Rocket.
And Olave, did he get 1,000? Jim, you can tell me. Did he get 1,000 yards this year?
I don't know.
If he didn't, he got close to it.
Yeah, I don't think so. All right, moving on. Do we want to do tight end or do we want to do quarterback?
Let's do tight end.
We can do we should do quarterbacks and tight ends. So let's do tight ends next, and we're quarterbacks.
Jim, you want to go first? And then we'll wrap up the show. 'Cause we've been on for an hour.
Yeah, I'll let Reg go first.
It's paid for. We good.
Reg, you said you can go first.
For tight end, you know who I like, man? I like Hawkinson, man. Like
he's been killing it.
He's not gonna take Kelsey's spot.
Yeah, but he's already established.
Oh, you know what? Okay, you know what? The Detroit, I don't know his name. The dude that replaced Hawkinson in Detroit.
Yes.
He had a game of 3 TDs. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Hayden Hurst. I think this is my
Cincinnati.
I think Higgins is leaving. I think Hayden Hurst is gonna get more touches, more targets.
I'm not mad at you for that.
I think Hayden Hurst is the problem. And the last 2 games, I don't know if y'all saw, he's been scoring touchdowns.
No, he's been balling. He's been catching.
Yes.
Yeah. At least 4 or 5 a game, bro.
So I think Hayden Hurst is somebody to look out for. Jim?
So I think because he's going to get help next year in the offense, I think that even though this year everybody was calling it for it to be his year, I think next year is going to be Cole Kmet's year.
Yo, bro, I like Kmet, son.
By the way, before we go on to quarterbacks, Olave needs 18 yards to get to 1,000.
Wow, look at that. 18 yards. That's it. He's
like,
good,
bro.
man. He's good, yeah. All right, so quarterback, who y'all got? Somebody to look out for.
So
Jeff, you go. Jim, you go first.
I mean, this is the easy pick because it stacks with somebody I already talked about. But I think even though it's been sort of a breakout year this year, I think next year
You taking my answer.
Trevor Lawrence is gonna kill it next year.
Yep.
No. You have to say his name properly. Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Yeah.
Uncle Rico.
No. Uncle Rico. I'm betting Uncle Rico. You know who I'm rocking with? I'm rocking with Jared Goff, man.
That's a good pick.
Jared Goff, man, bro.
Good pick.
But because you know why I like Jared Goff for next year? Because Amon-Ra is nice already.
Yes.
Jamison Williams is gonna kill it next year. Probably.
This is gonna be his year. Next year is gonna be his year.
Yeah. Then the tight end and the running backs.
Just so we're clear, you know what? Just so we didn't give you no gift. Let me tell you something. When you draft, you're looking for a receiver. Pick up what's Jamison Williams?
Williams.
Jameson. If you don't pick him up, fuck you. I said what I said.
Listen, I don't have a pick for quarterback because Jim took mine.
No, there's 32, sir.
Wait. So Lau
why don't you pick Tyler Heineke?
No.
He won't be in the league.
Lau can have Trevor Lawrence. All right. So I'm gonna give you a hot take for
another jewel.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you another jewel for the year.
Okay.
Right? Because everything's gonna happen. He's gonna come back from everything. The other quarterback that I'll be looking out for next year is going to be what the hell is his name? Your boy Reg.
Trey Lance?
Trey Lance. Let's go.
Ooh.
Trey Lance next year. Trey Lance is going to have his uninjured year. He's going to blow running. By the way, and
listen.
I hate to, yeah.
They losing Debo.
They might.
You know what,
It
Jim,
doesn't even matter.
Finish what you say. When you're done, I'm gonna go on top of that. Go ahead. What's you gonna say?
I don't want to blow up strategies, and honestly, I don't care. Like, I'm fine with giving up strategies because everybody's gonna do what they're gonna do. I forever now am never going to draft a quarterback again that is strictly a pocket passer.
You need that dual threat.
Yes.
I like it. I like it.
For fantasy purposes,
yes.
If you don't draft a quarterback that can run,
yes,
you're doing your team a disservice.
Yes.
Now,
agreed.
to go on top of that, I'm a 49er fan. When San Francisco maybe win the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, he gonna be MVP next year. It's my hot take.
Yo, he's
and
not.
I said what I said.
He's not bad.
That's not a wild take either.
I want to quote somebody. I think it was Ramel in our other chat that said, because I know Debo is like they're like the name person on that team, but I think like Ayuk is severely disrespected as like a good route running.
When you get a chance, right?
Receiver.
Yeah. Either go on TikTok or YouTube. He run routes like me.
Yes.
And just so we're clear, if y'all think I'm a bum ass, don't see me on 35th on that turf field. Let's go.
Wait. You're right. Let's be honest. You can't do that to anybody on 35th no more. They got turf fields. Somebody might blow out the MCL, PCL, ACL.
Yo, I'm gonna bring this bottle. Just do it. That's my cousin by marriage. I get lit.
All we have to say, and this is also like an inside joke or whatever, but like I think Stoudemire's still looking for his ankles.
Oh man.
You know what's crazy?
He's still searching for him.
Yo, Jim, he told me, he was like, yo, son, I was trying to break your neck. I was like, bro, what you want me to do? There was little kids there. There was a big booty nanny with a fro. What you want me to do?
Listen,
if she was skinny and light, I wouldn't have did nothing.
Okay, before
we out.
I know Lyle's about to close. I know Lyle's about to close out, but I just want to say this real quick. This is our longest episode to date.
Yes.
This has been the most fun episode to date.
Yeah, man.
We got 2 weeks.
Both of these dudes are family. I love both of y'all. Like this is amazing.
You're my guy,
Jim.
Amazing. I met you in flag football like
free agents, bro. Free agents. Holler.
Time. Pop yourself. Let's go, bro.
Let's go. I've known Lyle since like 9th grade.
Yes.
I've known Reg since freshman year of college. Like these are my family. This is my family.
Yes.
We good.
So in closing out the show, I just want to say, listen, and I'm gonna repeat the sentiments of that Jim and Reg are saying that, you know, these guys are my family, but also you guys are my family as well to the league. And listen, this is the last show of the season. We hope that you guys enjoyed it. I'm pretty much sure that you guys enjoyed it because you kept asking when's the new podcast coming out. Yep. We enjoyed the podcast after the hate from the very beginning, but it's all good.
And I can see the views.
When they hate on you, know what that means? You're doing something good. That's
exactly. So thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Jim and I have another venture coming up. Just keep that in mind. Reg is always going to be my co-commish. I can't do this league without him. He keeps me in line. He keeps me.
Just want to say one thing before we go any further. Shout out to the Hamlin family. Like, yo, we pulling for you, bro. Like, listen, we all Bills fans. We want you to be great, bro.
Yes.
And
go ahead, bro.
But before Lyle does his laces out thing, I'd like to just throw this in one last time for Reggie. It was a great season. Fantasy is the shit. I love y'all. Epi, that's it.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna send you some fucking seasoning, brother. Let's go. I like that.
And that concludes our show. That concludes the season. Laces out. Peace.
Go.
Peace.
Laces out.
I feel blessed. Way up, I feel blessed. Way up, I feel blessed. Straight up. Look, I live the life I deserve. Blessed. Fuck a vacay, I feel better at work. I mean whatever it's worth, I give whatever I'm worth. For my niggas who gon' go to hell and back for me, I'ma give them heaven on earth for a hell of a check, yeah, whichever come first. Blessings on blessings on blessings. Look at my life, man, that's lessons on lessons on lessons. I treat the beat like it's a reverend. I tell the truth like, Father, forgive me, these are all my confessions. Man, this wasn't luck, it was destined. I done lost homies who been with me since Ed and Eddie, who flip like confetti. And then when you back, they back to call you dog. That shit can get petty. Bitch, don't get no dap to me, nigga. Funny thing about talking behind my back is that it just keep coming back to me, nigga. Was off for a sec, now it's back to me, nigga. You mad at me? This ain't what I want, man. This what it had to be. This is that late night working after 3, man. This is why my old girl was mad at me. This why I'm your majesty, man. The click is the tightest, the pussy the tightest, the drinks are the coldest, the future the brightest, the feet not divided, the love is divided, and I just gotta thank God that we got it. Bless.